Touchdown is back, and even though it's a super touchdown, the rules are still the same. Get one troop to the other side before your opponent does the same. The catch being, there's no princess towers, so everything is a threat. The only super part about this challenge is that evolution cards are now available, but the meta has not changed. Royal Hogs and Hog Riders dominate the arena, and as you defend one threat, the other appears. And with no towers, these threats are unignorable. But what's worse is that after putting in 2 annoying win conditions, your average player will put in more. This toxic meta deserves an annoying anti-meta deck. Touchdown hasn't been in the game for years, and since then, tons of cards have been added. But Suspicious Bush was made for this mode. This hidden 2-elixir demon is an absolute menace, requiring counters that are never worth it. You're always up on elixir. Suspicious Bush will be the star player. EVO Cannon is the secret sauce, coming in as the best spell for the game mode, and with EVO Dart Goblin as backup, melting the tanks. These EVOs will dominate the arena. Pair that defense with our Pancake Addict, and you get the defensive trifecta. These 4 cards are the base of our hate cake, but the other 4 are tricky. Cannon will be a lifesaver, but imagine this, Royal Hogs mirrored. This 11 elixir nightmare is all too common, so our 5th card has to be Fireball. It's not enough to take the push, but it'll save you so often. This is why the 6th pick should also be another spell, but with so many options, it's tough. Our deck is at 3.2 elixir, which is heavy for the game mode. Having Hogs come one side and Hog Rider on the other, we can't expect heavy spells to be good for us. I'd even argue that 3 elixir is too much elixir when you already have Fireball. That leaves us with 6 spells. EVO Zap and Snowballs are amazing value, but with both EVO slots occupied, we can't take that into account. The Log is just a better barrel in this case, and Goblin Curse is a wild card that doesn't fit our defensive playstyle. 4 cards left, and I think Rage beats every other card. The offensive and defensive capabilities are insane, but leave a comment if you think that's a mistake. With double spells in hand, the perfect defense should also have double towers. Cannon cannot defend both lanes, and at the moment, our air defense is non-existent. So Tesla is the obvious 7th element, but now the 8th card is an impossible pick. The current meta is supporting both Hogs with Earthquake and Freeze. There is no counterplay to these cards. You need to place down more troops and more buildings, so keeping the cost down is essential. At 3.1 elixir, this deck cannot afford 3 elixir cards. 3 spells is madness, and I am a completely sane person. No, I need a troop. I need Spear Goblins. This 2 elixir card pairs beautifully with the towers, and with their cheap and fast nature, these goblins are the unrecognized menace that no one expects. With the deck assembled, we enter the arena. First matchup, and wall breakers, Hogs. Thankfully, I was prepared. Never mind. Cycling my cards, it seems that he's cycling as well. My bush gaining value on the left, that's 6 elixir wasted. Another bush goes down and my defense is stacked. Bush gaining 2 elixir downfield. He has Hog Rider too? Sick bastard. Defended easily enough though. The counter push is insane. Mini Pekka will even out the match. The double laning strat out the gate. EVO Cannon is in hand. Both towers down. The wall breakers incoming. Left side destroyed. And then there was one. Not even close. That push was all this man had. Easy wins. Again. Mini Pekka's on the wrong side. EVOs aren't in hand. The Hog Rider is raged, and the game is tied. Last round of the game. I'm not making the same mistake. Defense is strong, and Pekka lanes correctly. His bomb tower is too far left of the bush. Cannon will go down, but so does the bomb tower. 1v1 on the left. Fireball! Let's go! Next matchup is Royal Hog Earthquake. Both towers in hand makes this easy work. Going for the counter push. Hog Rider goes into Pekka. Royal Hogs for support. But he's blundered 5 elixir on the bush. His push goes down and here comes the counter. Perfect rage on the skeletons. Here comes the very original double lane strat. But I've got EVO Cannon and Dart Goblin. The push is down and the counter is swift. Unfortunately, it's defended. Tesla? Hello? The power of the bush shining through. Royal Hogs off the bat. I have no elixir. He's earthquaked. What a blunder! He's going for it again, but the Hog Rider is easy. The Hogs to the left. Double towers go up. No! Too far right! The Hog slipped by! 30 seconds left. Another Hog. Off the rip. Fireball used this time. It's an easy defense. Counter pushing with Mini Pekka. Perfect rage! And that will do! Last match. Give me something new. A fellow bush connoisseur. Let the better bush win. Both bushes will be countered, but this deck is wild. Dark Knight? Goblin Giant? This is insane. Another enemy bush and oh wow. Excellent bush. My elixir is abysmal, And for this defense, Ram Rider is the final nail in the coffin. This point goes to the enemy. We go bush for bush, but the Pekka rage goes insane. Tied up and there's a minute left. He's double lane attacking, but EVO Cannon is in hand. EVO Dart Goblin cleans up and the counter is overwhelming. Bush and Pekka on either side, 2-1, with 7 seconds on the clock. I have proven my bush superiority. 7 more tips are coming up, but first, I'd like to thank our sponsor. I'm on my way to 1,000 subs. YouTube will only monetize you at 1,000 subs, so please leave a comment and like to help me out. Tip 1. When playing this deck, remember that Royal Hogs are 1 fireball and rage away from dying. At 6 elixir, this is an acceptable trade for the 5 elixir Hogs. As you saw earlier, you can cycle any card at full elixir except for Mini Pekka. He's too heavy and won't provide value in all cases. Stick to cycling EVO Cannon and Dart Goblin. And remember, we're always cycling to our bush. Tip 3. Your opponent has 1 good push and that's it. If you survive the starting push, you win the round. Tip 4. Being a double elixir mode from beginning to end, you should feel free to spam your cards. Your advantage is the elixir advantage, so keep it. Tip 5. There's a lot happening on screen at all times. Make sure to add extra chaos with spells. 1 well-played spell is the difference between a touchdown and a dead push. Tip 6. This game is about offense. If you don't play bush and only defend, the opponent will overwhelm you eventually. Tip 7. This deck is anti-Hogs. This is not an overpowered deck. You will be destroyed by Royal Guards. And that's everything. The deck is in the comments. Let me know how this plays out for you. And make sure to subscribe.